Hey there, YouTube. What's going on, man? So we got some crazy stuff happening out there right now. We had some kid in Buffalo get all crazy, and he just happened to be white, so the news picked it up. That's the only time they ever pick it up is when they're white. When there's mass shootings like this. Just real quick, let me give you a little knowledge block here. Since the beginning of this year, we have had like 187 or 86 mass shootings. And in those 187, 186 shootings, mass shootings, which is like 3 or more, I think, people are fired upon, 103 people are killed and a bunch more wounded. And don't quote me on the exact numbers there, okay? I'm just saying it's close to that. Now, the guy in Buffalo that did the shooting happened to be white, and there is a war on white people. I'm not racist. I love all people. I judge you on your character. Just let me put that right out there. You can call me racist. I don't care. Go ahead, have fun. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings any. And that's the attitude that all of these people who aren't racist and are just stating the obvious need to have. I have so many friends of different races, colors, and creeds, religions, and lack thereof. Anyway, the news is trying to divide black and white terribly. So when they can put a white person on there and blow it up out of proportion to quote unquote scare black people, they're going to invoke a couple crazy people to do some crazy things. I will say this: if you attend a primarily black church, or if you shop at primarily black grocery stores, or if you live in a primarily black neighborhood, I suggest that you carry your gun on you, because there are going to be attacks in your neighborhoods, not by so-called Republican conservatives, but by crazy nut job white tools of the liberal party, basically. Okay, by these neocons, or by neocons as well, by leftists, not Democrats, but leftists, and the Democratic Party has been hijacked by leftists, trying to push in a social order of socialism and communism, and they use the divide and conquer to further move their agenda. Now, before this happened, I said there's going to be mass shootings because they're already talking about getting rid of the Second Amendment, or the guns need to be banned in certain ways, in certain shapes, in certain forms. And literally, I said to my family, watch, there's going to be mass shootings somewhere. And literally the next day in the subway in New York, there was a mass shooting. Happened to be a black guy, so it didn't really get covered that much. And that's fine. I think everybody should have equal cover, depending. Who cares about the race is my thing. Who gives a crap? They're all people, and they're shooting other people. Therefore, these people are crazy. Doesn't matter what color they are. They're nuts. All right. Anyway, so I said that. Heed the warning I told you. If you are black and you watch this video, make sure you carry your gun for your protection, please. And everybody should be carrying. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, but everybody should be carrying. Anyways, the next shooter happened to be in a school. So they set up the narrative with the white guy in Buffalo, right? There was a mass shooter in New York in the subway. Then there's another one in Buffalo, right? And these people are nuts, mind you, and they're primarily leftists. Despite what Rolling Stone will tell you, he was a mainstream Republican, is what they called him. And he had this manifesto, the guy in Buffalo. He had this manifesto praising socialism and communism and the Azov Battalion, or whatever it is, Azov Battalion. Anyway, and they're Nazis. So anyway, now there's a war on guns, right? Now they're trying to demonize guns because the left has nothing else to run on. So they're using gun control as a primary weapon to gain votes. Now that the narrative is out there that we need to control guns, here comes another shooter, and he's in a school in Texas. He happens to be he was an illegal immigrant who probably under DACA or the Dreamer thing or whatever got what's that called when they grant them immunity, not immunity. He got citizenship. And there's a word for it, amnesty. He got he was granted amnesty somehow. Anyway, so he shoots his grandma, and he goes to school and shoots his colleagues, supposedly because he was mad about not graduating. The kid was nuts, you guys. Nuts. All right. The Buffalo guy was nuts. He was, these guys are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right. The kid in Buffalo was wearing a hazmat suit to school. He was wearing a hazmat suit to school. Just gotta say, you love these lefties. So there is the agenda to demonize guns. They aren't talking about anything to do with these people. They're talking about the guns. The guns. The guns never killed anyone. Just like the pencil never failed the test. The pencil didn't ace my test. The pencil didn't fail my test. The guns never killed anybody. It's the people who killed other people. Plain and simple. Bam. Argument ended. Okay? Now, when you disarm a civilization, you make that civilization easy to prey upon. Okay? Very simple. When you disarm a civilization, you make that civilization easy to prey upon. If that shooter in Texas walked into a school that had teachers with guns, he could have been taken care of easily. Now, my warning to you is that they are coming after the guns. Do not budge 1 millimeter on your right to bear arms. Do not budge 1 millimeter on your right to bear arms. I mean the conservatives in this country who are constitutional, we have bent and broken and capitulated and got pushed around, and we just laid down to these people, and now we have all these nonsensical gun laws, and they're coming after them. The only thing that's keeping us from becoming like Australia and every single one of us being thrown into a camp is because we are armed. That's the only thing keeping us from being locked up in a prison camp, is our right to bear arms. Our right to bear arms is the only thing keeping us from being put into a camp. Is it wet out there?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be on 1 second. I had started making a video and I'm finishing it.
Oh, you're good.
Anyway, Hitler took the guns. Mao took the guns. Stalin took the guns. And as Alex Jones says, 1776 will commence again if you come after our firearms. And that needs to reign true amongst every conservative constitutional community. And that's all there is to it. These people that shot the mass shooters, these people are knucking butts, you guys. Anybody, see, now they don't talk about how crazy these people are. They don't talk about how they have been dehumanizing people in our society. They've been dehumanizing people through the music and propaganda and news and abortion. They're dehumanizing people so that a nut job out there has no problem offing 15, 20 people. Human life means nothing to them. So, anyways, I just have to say, don't budge on the Second Amendment. Don't budge on your rights to carry arms. And as a matter of fact, go buy more guns. If you have guns, go get some more guns. If you don't have guns, buy guns. And if you have guns, buy more guns. And if you have more guns, buy more ammo. And you need all this stuff for your protection from these psychopaths out there who have been manipulated and twisted by the mainstream media. And not just black people, and not just white people, and not just Mexican people, but all people are being twisted by the mainstream media. Not people that are awake, but these people that are just plugged into the mainstream televisions, and they believe there's a racist around every single corner. That's not true. Not even close to being true. Me and my friends are some of the most conservative people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And I don't know one of them to be racist. Are there racial slangs thrown around here and there? Yeah. As there are in any other group of people, or any other racial group of people. I mean, our society and our language have made it commonplace to use racial slangs. And do they mean anything? Not really. They're just words. And that's another thing they're trying to do, is demonize words. Especially on the internet, they're trying to call it violence. Internet violence is the use of certain terms that hurt people's feelings. Well, I'm telling you right now, get your feelings in check, because it's about to get wild out there. And don't budge on the Second Amendment. And as I say in the end of every video, most importantly, stay free. You cannot be free without the First and Second Amendment. The First Amendment guarantees our speech, guarantees our right to free assembly and to regress our government, and it keeps our filthy government's little fingers out of our worship time with God. The First Amendment doesn't say anything about separation of church and state. There is no separation of church and state. It says the government shall not, the government shall not, make an institution of religion. Anyway, I can't quote it. I apologize. What is it? It's, man, I can't believe I can't remember this. Anyway, it's basically says that the government will not establish a form of religion, and the religion will not be part of the government. And that's where they get the separation of church and state, but that's not what it says. It says that the church shall not recognize any establishment of the government shall not recognize any establishment of religion, meaning that it won't assemble itself with any type of religion, and it will not stop you from assembling any kind of way or with any type of religion. It says it won't infringe on it. I don't know what it says. I apologize. I'm usually well versed on that. But the Second Amendment specifically says that the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. With a well-regulated militia, the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. And that's all there is to it. They can't infringe on your rights to bear arms. And I should have had those two amendments sitting right in front of me. Anyway, God bless you. God bless America. Stay happy, and most importantly, stay free.